Anyway, here's a view of the pond facing back to the west. You can see the big house up there in the distance. Got my little 1994 Toyota pickup that I bought with 68,000 original miles. You know, tickled to death with it. Hauls my feed back and forth. You needed a truck out here on the homestead. Enjoy the little walking trails. Some kind of fish or probably a frog just jumped up over there. It's beautiful down here in the early mornings when the mist is rising. The river birch trees are pretty. One of my favorite trees. We had the big fire pit down here that my guests come down here and have a bonfire and sit around and make s'mores. And isn't that a cool looking walking path? There's a lot to learn about the pond, you know, and the things that life around the pond. And my little camouflaged tent kind of thing where you can hide in there and watch the wildlife. Our wildlife is protected, so mainly photography is what we do. So I ask people not to ask me if they can shoot out here on the grounds, or a deer hunt or any of that, because the deer are very tame and they'll wander up around the house and around the cabin and the yard, and you know, so I don't like people to sit and shoot off the deck and kill the wildlife. That doesn't give them a sporting chance. And I have several trail feeders out. Once it's not deer season, I start feeding the deer again. And so, you know, they're you know, they come up and wander across the yard, and so I try to protect them. I love these things all across the ground here. Feeding the squirrels. God's provided for everything, hasn't he? The fire pit, it's pretty cool. There's got plenty of seating and benches and the little rowboats, and you know, it's just kind of a pleasant little place. Thus, we call it a retreat. There's the big house. There's a cabin that we rent out. Up there on that hill is my chicken house. So I've got 12 hens, a rooster, and 4 guineas in my little flock. So, hope you enjoyed this little tour of some of the grounds.